In this video, I will walk you through the steps to create a district curriculum-based assessment. So the first thing you'll need to do is log into Eduphoria. From here, click Aware. Once you're in Aware, you'll click the Assessments tab, and then you'll click Create a New Test. Make sure that you're clicking Create a New Test and not Create a New Teacher Test. From here, we'll select Create a New Blank Test and click Next. You'll add the title for your curriculum-based assessment. So for example, if we were doing 8th grade math, do it for the 18-19 school year, your title should look like this. Then you will select your grade level, the start and the end date for the test to be open. So if we want this to be at the end of the second 9 weeks, we would navigate to the end of the second 9 weeks. Which will probably be somewhere around here. And the end might be here. Now that time can be longer. That's just the start and end time that I've selected. So whatever you want that open date to be so that test is available, that's what you're going to put in those date slots. You'll need to make sure that it says District Curriculum Based Assessment here, and then click Next. Then you'll select all the campuses that will need to have access to this particular assessment. So I'm going to go through and select my schools, and then I'm going to click Next. And then you're going to navigate to the curriculum. So we're using middle school, math, grade 8. Click Next, and then click Finish. From here, it's going to take us into the test editor view. So you'll see under the General tab, this is where we put our test name, the test type, the subject area, the grade level. The performance level configuration is already set for you. And then we'll move on to curriculum. The curriculum should already be set because we selected that when we set up the test. If you need to make a change though, you can always remove a course and add additional courses. Here we have the Questions tab. And in the Questions tab, you can either choose to use the item bank and search the item bank for questions, or you can add your own question. So we'll just search the item bank quickly here. And let's find objective, just so you can see how this gets added in. If you want to look at the question first, you can click the down arrow to preview the question. If you like the question, you just click the plus. It will place a check mark there, and you'll see behind us here, you can see that that question has been added. And so you just continue that process until all of the questions are added that you want. So we have our first question here, and then we have our second question. If you want to add your own question, you click Add Question, scroll down. Oops, there it is. It says, what type of question would you like to create? Click the drop down. Selected response is multiple choice, numeric response is griddable, and constructed response is short answer. So you would just select the type of question you want to add and then fill in those responses. Be sure that you also add your standards. You'll have to double click on the standard that applies to that particular question to set that standard. And you can have a primary standard and a secondary standard. And so when we click Finished, then that question shows up in our list. Once you've completed the questions, you'll move to campuses just to double check and make sure you have all your campuses selected. Under Students, we're going to make sure that we click on Students in Selected Courses and that we select all of the courses for 8th grade math. Now, if I'm doing a first 9 weeks or a second 9 weeks, I'm going to go with the first semester courses. So they have a 1 in this slot that is the next to last placeholder here. So I'm going to click all of these. And that looks like all of the ones there. Let me just keep scrolling down to make sure we have all of the 8th grade math. Looks like we got it all. You'll notice that under that next group of math, you'll see the same math pre-AP 8, but it has a 2 in that slot here. That means that's second semester. All right, I'm going to go ahead and save this since I've made some changes there. And then I'm going to go to the administration section. If I need to change my start and end date for that window, for that testing window, I can do that here. I also want to scroll down and make sure that we allow online testing and that we allow teachers to enable the testing. And so you'll see those two options should be selected. Then we click Save. And then when everything looks good to us, we're ready for it to go active, we need to make sure that we, up here at the top, move it from pending to active just by clicking the Active button. And now that test will show up for our teachers. It will be in the Analyze section when they go to print their answer documents. If you need to come back and make a change to it, let's say, for example, we've been in the Analyze tab and we come back to Assessments and I need to navigate to that test. It's going to be under District Assessments, District Curriculum-Based Assessments, and I made it active, so it will be under Active Administrations, 8th grade, Math, and there's the test that I just created. And so now I can come back into the questions, add additional questions, make changes, all of that. Just make sure that you don't continue to make changes during that testing window, because people will be printing answer documents. And once the answer documents have been printed, you won't be able to make changes. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or give me a call. Thanks.